Hi, my name's Emily, welcome to my channel. Excuse the state of me, I've taken Rosie out for a walk. She's down to it major way. I make home education videos with my 7, nearly 8-year-old daughter. She's whinging at the moment, so I've left her on a bench to go and see if there's a beautiful picture to take where we're currently walking. The cafe doesn't start serving chips for another 15 minutes, so I've insisted we go for a walk. Rosie, though, is whinging like anything because she just doesn't want to. So this week so far, yesterday was Monday, we had a hair appointment, I had a chiropractor's appointment, and she had beavers in the evening. We made some music. She did her green book. Those of you who don't know what a green book is, she does the date, how she feels, the weather, what we're doing today in there, and then she does 8 maths questions, 8 spellings, and then 3 clock faces for telling the time. So that's our structured sit down, and then the rest of it is just getting out, exploring, and just kind of like, I mean, look at this. It's lush, so nice. Yeah, so we're out having an adventure day because as soon as the school's shut, everything's packed. So we're making the most of the quiet right now. We tend to hibernate in the summer holidays. We're booked in for the Ponte Lido for most of July as well as June now for swimming as well. I'm hoping she learns in that time, which we shall see. I'm going to go and see the other path and see where it goes. Rosie is resting there, so I'm going to go and see what the view's like from over here. And then 15 minutes will be up. So I'm going. So I left her there. I went up there to see what the view was like. We've come from down there. I'm just going to go to this little dip here because I reckon there'll be a point to look out over the ocean and take a nice picture. So there was a board on the other side that identified all the flowers that were coming across and some of the birds and wildlife. So we're looking out for all the different things, part of our science. It's a bit on our field trip. Oh, it's a wall, it goes around the corner. I thought it was a dip. There's a view. Right, I'm going to stop the filming right now so I can take a picture. Okay, it's Sunday, Father's Day. We are going to make some biscuits for when Rosie's dad comes round.
I'm going to carve.
We've got a friend who comes round on Monday who's a bit of a biscuit fiend anyway, so hopefully we'll have some left for then when they come and have tea. They always come around for tea and biscuits. Make some biscuits this time.
Coconut sugar.
Yep. So Rosie has been, well, to her best of her ability, I'm going to keep fluffying this because this needs to be light and fluffy. We're using coconut sugar instead of granulated, well, instead of caster sugar. We're using a chia egg instead of an egg because we're vegan.
I would like a little spoonful of coconut sugar.
No, baby boy, you don't need it like that. So we're going to get on.
This is the giant stomping loud. Now run, he's loud. This is the elf, or Stocky Town. You can barely hear him. He barely makes a sound. This is the human. Now, here's the point. Now, the giants tried to make the sound too.
That's the elf, bub.
Yeah, the elves tried to make the sound. Bit high pitched. The giant tries to make it.
What's interesting about this is in my school I have to teach the children when they're trying to create a character or even an animal that if it's a big slow animal, use like Rosie's giant. I have they use low notes and play slow, like change the tempo, play low notes. It suggests big things, and if something's small, use little notes and stuff. Like how would you do, like, pretend you have a flea. A flea has landed on the giant. How would you represent the flea, baby?
Like this.
Okay, it's going to jump, though. It's going to jump across things. How are you going to jump it across?
Done.
I find it fascinating that I don't have to teach you to use the high notes for the small things, staccato marks for something that's actually like leapt.
So could you now I wanted to show
You have a natural.
all the animals in unison.
Nearly every child I teach, I've had to show how you represent things with music.
Can you do the
And Rosie is, yeah.
Representation.
Rosie's very good at. I haven't shown her anything. She's literally walked in and woken me up and said, "Can I play keyboard?" So, well, I'm not going to show you me because I'm still in bed.
We tried to go to Barry and couldn't get parked in any of the free bays. So we debated the nap and decided the nap chips were way too expensive. So we came to Llanfwit Major, which is quite a smaller car park. Not looking forward to the drive back because it's a very narrow road. They can't have chips yet, but they do serve chips, but they only take cash. Luckily I have an emergency tenner in my purse for such occasions.
Mum, I'm hungry.
So yeah. She's getting a good PE and navigation lesson. She's not allowed in the green algae because she puts socks on under her sandals. She needs to get to me so she can sit on this rock, take her socks off, and then she can walk in the water behind me. And she's having to navigate her path, correct her balance, find stones she can stand on that aren't moving under her feet. So it's a good... And she's balancing with a piece of rock in her hand. Anyone who comes to Llanfwit Major Beach, bring cash. A cafe only takes cash. So we're all cashed out. Don't like the birds on the rock. There's you know, a rock pool out. We found some snails. We're collecting funky shells. Yeah, we're gonna have a look in the rock. Have a look in the rock pool.
Take it.
Pick it up. I'm not picking it up. You pick it up. I picked up the one I wanted. Lazy. Where we came down to work out what this bird was, and now we've lost it. It had a really long neck. It was either a heron or it was a cormorant, or something along those lines. We weren't sure because we couldn't see it close up. There's more of the holy rocks that we found at Porthkerry as well. We're going to have fun getting across without wet feet, baby Beth. There's loads of pools. We're going to have to get wet feet again. Rosie's learning about echoes right now. It's bouncing off those walls. Echo! She's having fun shouting various things. We made it across the algae covered strip. And finally in a second, when she catches me up, we're going to put our feet in the sea because it's very cleansing. And it's lush. And yeah. This gorgeous pool.
And we're just going to sit by it.
We're just sitting by it, putting our feet in it because I'm a bit worried about what lives in it. And I don't want to lose my plaster in it either.
I think I'd rather just
I think I've scared Rosie into getting in it because I've like tentatively put my feet in. I think if something was going to come, it would have come by now because we've been splashing a little bit.
I'm just going to open this.
So
a bit. So probably.
You can put your leg in. You just want to sit on a dry bit. That you've made this wet now.
I'm sitting here.
But we're talking about what ecosystem lives in here. So there might be fishes and crabs.
Yeah.
There's lots of different things living in
I'm
here.
worried about what else is in
Rosie's touched most of the coral and the algae and the seaweed and stuff to see what it feels like. And guess what might be living in it. We can make a project of it when we get home, can't we? These excellent observation skills. She's noticed something has travelled through the sand in this particular pool, or the wind has blown it in a particular way that it's left like a design, like art. It's really cool. It's the sort of design you might see on like tiles in a bathroom or something. It's really cool. Try and keep your foot on the pedal, baby bear, and just push when you want to. The store might be a bit high for you now, but... We hope you enjoyed the video. I've been a bit naughty because I've been buying drums recently. This is the last thing I'm buying, and then I'm saving again. My friend who I fell out with had the TD30 throwing module we plugged into my drum kit a while ago. So when people are unreliable, I don't really want to be reliant on them for things that bring me joy in my life. So I got myself a TD30 to plug into my kit. There's more than one musical kit in here, so although I'm kind of satisfied, like I can give or take. Yeah, Melodious is still my favourite, but there's other kits on there now that I'm now enjoying experimenting with. So we're off swimming today, and then Rosie's staying at the childminder all day tomorrow. So we're going to wrap the video up now. We've met a nice group of people last week swimming, which was lovely. Rosie's getting some music practice and some drum practice right now. Yeah, I'm working on a few more compositions. Looking forward to going and jamming with a new friend next week who's also a drummer. His drums are in a studio, so that'll be interesting. Just a shame they don't have a keyboard there, because then maybe he could help me with some of my compositions adding a beat. But yeah. So yeah, we're going to go swimming in this glorious sunshine today and see if Rosie can get any further than floating with a pool noodle and get her kicking on a bit more. Before you can't hear me, I shall wrap it up and say it's ta from me and ta from the Rosie Bear.